So hi and hello there, welcome to the new video of the course, and in this particular video we are going to see the types of transistors. So let me write over here. We are seeing types of transistors, right? So we are seeing this particular thing. Let me just highlight this particular part and then we are good to proceed further. Types of transistors. So now let me just write over here transistor. And then we are going to proceed further. So basically just a second. Yeah so transistors are of two types. This is first type and this is the second type. So the very first type is BJTs. BJTs, that is bipolar junction transistors, right? I'm not writing this particular thing, transistors. So BJTs are also known as bipolar junction transistors. That we will see that why it is known as bipolar in this particular course. And the second type is, or basically they are FETs. That is field effect transistors. I'm not writing the transistor part just to save space, right? They are known as field effect transistors. So this particular thing, that is this one BJTs, they are further divided into two parts. So this is the first part and this is the second part. That is, the very first part is known as NPN BJT transistors, and the second part is PNP BJT transistor. We are going to see what exactly these two particular things are in this particular course. Okay, right now I'm just giving you a kind of diagram of like how these particular transistors are divided, and we'll just see which transistors are used in today's world, right? And over here, this FETs, they are of two parts, or basically they are again of two types. I will write somewhere over here and this one somewhere over here. So the very first type is this JFET, that is junction field effect transistors. This T means transistor. Again, I'm telling to you all guys, I'm not writing this particular thing because of a shortage of space and all. And the second type is MOSFET, that is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, right? So these are the types of transistor. Again, this particular thing, they are divided into two parts, that is N type and P type, and MOSFET as well, N type, P type, and depletion and enhancement type MOSFET. So that we are going to see in the upcoming course, or maybe in this course. Right now I had just planned of this particular thing, that is BJT. I had just planned this particular part, that is BJT, because BJT this BJT alone is going to consume more than maybe 7-8 hours. Okay, so I'm not sure whether I will teach this particular part in this particular course. Okay, but we will like, once if you are good in BJT, so obviously you can finish this two particular part, or this particular two transistors in 7-8 hours, right? But this particular single thing, that is BJT is going to consume more than 7-8 hours. Okay, so that's why in this particular course we are focusing on BJT. Okay, and now if you ask me, sir, if there are three types of transistors, then like in today's world, which transistor is faithful, or basically which transistor is good to use or preferable to use? So my answer is the transistor which is preferable to use is MOSFET. And in today's world, we are not at all using this BJT transistor. Okay, there are many reasons for it. Okay, but now you will ask me, sir, if we are not using BJT, then why we are studying this particular transistor maybe in our university, and now why you had made a course on BJT? So my answer is, if you are very much familiar with BJT, okay, because there are many much concept which you can understand in BJTs, okay, and which are little tedious to understand in MOSFET and all, right? So what we do over here, we try to understand certain concept, and we try to understand the overall working of transistors and all in BJT section. And this particular thing goes easy if we are very much familiar with BJT, okay. So then understanding JFET and understanding MOSFET is absolutely very easy. So that's why at very first instance we start with BJT, or in your university level as well. You might have seen that generally your professors or maybe your teachers, they start with this particular topic, that is BJTs, and then they jump to JFETs and MOSFETs, right? So this is the reason for it, that is understanding some certain concept of BJTs, they are easy, okay, and then we bloodly apply the same concept over here as well, so that we save a lot of time in understanding that part. So that is the main reason for it. And now you will ask me, sir, why like MOSFET is preferable over JFET and over BJT? Because MOSFET right now I'm just giving you one reason, and but in reality there are many more reasons, okay. So the very first reason is MOSFETs are more power efficient. MOSFETs are more power efficient, right? And the second reason is basically they act as a switch, or basically they switch between on and off very quickly. They switch, or the time required for switching on and off is very short, or you can write in your own words, they switch between on and off very quickly, very quickly. And that's why and there are many more reasons, but right now I'm not explaining you each and every reason, because we will see these particular reasons in the upcoming courses and in the upcoming videos, and then your concept would be pretty clearer. Right now you just need to focus on these two particular thing, although even right now over here this particular thing is not that required, right? It is not required, even this is not required, but again, for your understanding purpose, I had kept this particular points so that you won't get confused, that like in reality which particular transistor we should use, and which is more power efficient and all. So that's why I had intentionally put this point over here. So now I hope that you understood the types of transistors, and in today's world which transistor is much more reliable and which is not in used. Okay, so again I'm telling to you all guys, I mean, we'll revise the things. So what we saw at first, we saw a transistor is of two types, that is BJTs and FETs, right? Then we studied the full form of BJTs, that is bipolar junction transistor, and these are field effect transistors. The bipolar junction transistor, or BJT, is basically divided into two types, that is NPN and PNP, whereas FETs, they are divided into two types, that is JFETs, that is junction field effect transistor, and MOSFET, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistors. Okay, and in today's world we are using MOSFET, we are not at all using BJTs, and we are hardly using JFETs. Okay, why? Because MOSFET is more power efficient than BJT, and in today's world we are not at all using this particular transistor, that is BJTs. There are many drawbacks of BJT transistor over FETs and all, but there are certain concepts which we can easily understand in BJT, and then we can bluntly apply it in the FETs, so that we save a lot of time and all while understanding that particular concept in FETs. Okay, So that is the main reason that why we are studying BJTs, and understanding BJT is quite simple as compared to FETs. If we study BJTs first and then FETs, then we can easily finish these two topics within 7-8 hours. But this particular one transistor BJT is going to consume roughly around more than 8 hours, right? So that is the reason that why we are studying BJTs first and then FETs. And then we saw that MOSFETs are more power efficient, and this is the second reason, although it is not required as of now in this particular lecture. We might study this particular topic, or basically we are going to study this particular topic in the upcoming videos, right? So now I hope you just understood what all types of transistors are and their full form as well. So I'm ending this video over here. Thank you.